Hey, Nendo12, here with another episode of Nentober. Today's episode is very special because this is a type of episode I will be doing every time there's a special month. Like, this month is Nentober, so I'm going to be doing a special this episode. And it's special because it's kind of like a category, but also not a category. I have 12 categories already, and these are just the specials. But it's a special that I like to call Masterpiece. This is where I take two movies that don't have pretty much anything to do with each other than the fact that, they're, for Nentober, they're both scary. They're both scary movies. So, there's not a whole lot in common with these two movies I've chosen. But, nevertheless, I just take those two movies and I compare them. See which one is the better film. Which one comes closer to being a masterpiece. So, I don't even know myself. I'm gonna state all the facts I can about these two movies, and then based on those facts, I'll make a decision as to which one, in my opinion, is the better movie. So, let's get started. Oh, first, I have to add, there are rules. One, they cannot be by the same guy. Let me repeat that again. They cannot be by the same guy. So, yeah, because that's kind of cheating. That's kind of cheating in my opinion. Because you're not even giving other movies a chance. So, not doing that. And, second, there will be five different categories that these movies will be competing in. One who gets the three first wins. And I'm not gonna go completely to all categories. I might not get to all categories. If one movie gets 3 points in the first three categories, then boom, I'm just gonna end it after that. Because there's not really any point to continuing because you know what the winner's going to be. And they have to do with the month. This is Nentober, so I have two scary movies. December, I'm going to be doing a Christmas month, so I will be open for Christmas movie suggestions. I don't even care what it is. So, if you have a Christmas movie that you really like, then let me know. I will review it. Or maybe even put it in these specials, if I think it's good enough. So, alright. So, let's get started. This specials movies are going to be over Psycho and A Clockwork Orange. Now, first off, yes, I do have the shot-by-shot remake of Psycho. Worst $10 I ever paid. The original was so much better, so I'm just going to be comparing A Clockwork Orange and the original Psycho. But I have the DVD just so I can, show you. Anyway, so without any more further ado, let's get started on this. So, let's see. Let's compare our two main characters, the main villains. I actually think that's pretty cool how the main villains are the main characters. That's kind of how it is in every scary movie, though. So, you have Alex from A Clockwork Orange and Norman Bates from Psycho. The only thing I that I can find that connects the two of them is their smile. They have the same smile. In fact, Norman Bates was the one who started that smile. Alex got it from Norman Bates. So, I mean, Norman Bates has a bit of an advantage there. But let's look at this. Norman Bates keeps you guessing all the way up to the end. Now, of course, anyone who doesn't know the ending to Psycho is a complete loser. It's such a classic movie that anyone who hasn't seen it doesn't know a good scary movie. Which it's not too scary, but every movie that has a twist ending wouldn't have had those twist endings if it weren't for Psycho. It is that good. I love it. I love Psycho, the original. The remake's okay, but there's just one problem. Vince Vaughn is Norman Bates. God, I hate it. Anyway, so Norman Bates keeps you guessing up until the very end. He constantly has mood swings, and you can't figure out what he's about. I mean, in some scenes, he's just smiling and laughing like there's no problems with the world. In other scenes, he gets real angry and starts yelling at people to shut up and go away. What's his deal? Is he supposed to be... throughout the whole movie, he keeps you guessing. Is he a bad guy or a good guy? Now, obviously, you figure out that he is a bad guy, but... Actually, you figure that out pretty early on, that he's a bad guy, but he keeps you guessing as to the extent of his badness. And Alex from A Clockwork Orange. From the beginning, you know he's bad. You know he's bad. I mean, he does it all. I mean, murder, rape, breaking and entering, theft. I mean, he just does it all. And what I find very disturbing about his character is just how much he enjoys it. It's just creepy. It's creepy how happy he is doing evil. Now, granted, this does make his character more interesting that way, because there's not a whole lot of bad guys that are like that. They're just evil to be evil. Plain and simple. Most bad guys have some type of weird plan or something. I don't even like that anymore. That cliche is too old, too overused. Just have a villain that likes to be a villain. In fact, I think that it was that way for Maleficent. I mean, think about it. Her motivation was kill the daughter of a king because she wasn't invited to a party. And she treats it like it's war. Screw it! She doesn't need motivation, she just likes being evil! That's it! Plain and simple. Disney gets it. Disney understands. So why don't other movies? I don't know. Anyway, so I guess it kind of comes down to which you like more. If you're going for what's classic and what's mysterious, you can't go wrong with Norman Bates. But if you're looking for someone who you know is evil and yet is still really fun to watch because he doesn't have a motivation for being evil, you can't go wrong with Alex. So, kind of a tough call, but I'm gonna go for Norman Bates. Mainly because even though you find out he's evil early on, you don't know the extent of his evilness. You don't know what measures he'll go to. And that, to me, makes him more mysterious, and, to a degree, more threatening. So, Norman Bates, but just by a little. Sorry, Alex. Love you, man. You're awesome. You're hilarious. I love watching you, but this one goes to Norman Bates. So, now, let's look at the main heroes, or, guess, the dead people. Yeah, I mean, have you ever noticed how in these movies, the ones that are good, like, die, that are, like, really good, die? Or at least get badly wounded? So, in A Clockwork Orange, you have, well, you pretty much just have the old man, who you see actually a few times in the movie, as well as a couple police officers and, of course, a priest, which you see throughout like half the movie. So you have those. Those are like the heroes, I guess. Who are all, they all just were trying to help Alex get back up on his feet. And of course the old man ends up finding out that Alex had wronged him in the past, so that causes the old man to become a psychopath. And in Psycho, it's the, I can't even remember her name. What was her name again? Marion Crane? Whatever. Yeah, I haven't watched it in a while. Marion Crane. She seems more like a main character than pretty much anyone else. Given that you see her for like the first 30 minutes of the movie, and even after her death, she's talked about frequently, even after her death. So she seems more like a main character than Norman Bates does, given that you only see him for like, you start seeing him like pretty much right after she dies. That's when you start seeing him frequently. But yeah, so there's her, and then there's also her sister, her boyfriend, and the private investigator. There's the four of them, and then there's the other four, I guess, good guys in A Clockwork Orange. And, yeah. In A Clockwork Orange, although these different people are in there a lot, they're not in it frequently enough for me to give the point to them. So, again, I'm going to have to go with Psycho. So, let's see. What about the side characters? Well, A Clockwork Orange has plenty of side characters. Let's see. Side characters are in Psycho. I don't even think it has that many side characters. You got Marion Crane, you got her sister, you got her boyfriend, you got the private investigator, and you got Norman Bates. Well, that's about it. I mean, there's a couple characters in Psycho that make an appearance in like the first 20 minutes, but they quickly get overlooked. Like, they quickly leave the movie. So there's not a whole lot of side characters in Psycho. It mostly revolves around those five characters. What about A Clockwork Orange? Well, the majority of the cast in A Clockwork Orange is side characters. I mean, heck, Alex's groupies are actually side characters because they're only in the movie for like the first 30 minutes. And then after that, it's all Alex. So, okay, yeah, I know like two of his three groupies make a reappearance when he goes back out into the world, but that's only for like 5 minutes, so 5-minute appearance, so yeah. So, I'm probably going to have to go with A Clockwork Orange, mainly because it has a bigger variety of side characters. How about the music? Well, let's see. The music to Psycho was dark, scary, and just downright threatening. Where, for A Clockwork Orange, the most memorable music we were left with was... Sorry about that. I hate that song. Okay. I go a little crazy when I hear that song. Okay. I'm good. I'm good now. Psycho. Definitely Psycho. And, let's see. Oh, guess that's it. 3 points to Psycho, 1 point Clockwork Orange. Oh, and by the way, the last category would have been story. But honestly, I probably would have given that to Psycho too, but doesn't really matter, because Psycho won. So, Psycho. In my opinion, the superior movie. So, let's see. What am I going to do for the next video? Huh. Really? Alright. Alright, I'll go with this. Gremlins. I haven't watched it in years. Steven Spielberg. Alright. Well, next video is going to be Gremlins, I guess. Alright. Well, I guess that's it for this video. I'll see you next time.